All right, guys, pictures up.
Pictures up.
Pictures up.
Let's roll sound.
Rolling.
Rolling.
Sound speeds.
Camera speeds. 2. Awesome. Take 2. Mark.
Set.
And action.
Welcome to the Penn Cinema Podcast, your behind-the-curtain connection for movie news and reviews. Now here are your hosts, Penn Ketchum and David Moulton.
Welcome to the show. I'm David Moulton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum.
What's up? Penn,
Yes, sir.
you told me right before we started the show,
Right.
You're not ready.
Right. The truth comes out.
Yeah.
We've been getting notes to this effect
Yeah.
for years now.
When are you guys going to ready up?
When is Penn going to finally be ready for the show?
Yeah.
Well, listen, stay tuned.
And I told you I wouldn't take the show seriously till we renovated the studio.
Right.
Here we are.
Here we are.
5 years later,
Right.
This desk has moved 90 degrees.
Right. We are completely, the view is, now my view
Yeah.
is profoundly different.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I got a whole different wall I'm looking at, all
So
kinds
do
of
I.
different things.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at a guy with no beard.
Oh, my gosh.
The guy I used to record shows with was like in his 40s.
Yeah, this guy's probably 39.
No, I was gonna say like 28. Like
What?
I'm
No.
siri here with a kid.
No
I
way
want to
does-
see your ID.
No way does my baby face down that much.
Are you old enough to be doing a show?
No. I was never old enough to be doing a show. Yeah. Well, when I trimmed the beard, it was like, what do you do now? Do you
Right.
keep it? I immediately was like, can I tape it back on?
Right.
Regrets.
Right,
Have
regrets.
been had. Yeah. So I just blended it up and had it for breakfast.
Did they recognize you when you walked?
You almost slipped by that.
Half of our audience just barfed in their mouth.
Yeah.
Did the guys recognize you when you walked into the theater?
Nobody said anything to me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because our boy's not here. Jason's off
Yeah,
today.
Yeah. And everyone was kind of helping people. So
Yeah.
we'll see on the way out. Usually
Yeah.
that's when they catch me.
It's a good rainy day, so we should have a pretty decent lobby.
Yeah.
We've been pretty busy. We had a kind of a slow weekend. Was this the weekend? Yeah. We had a slow weekend because Saturday was the storm of the century.
Right.
You know, we were buried under 1/8 of an inch of snow. You know,
Did you drive around though?
I did not, and I shouldn't kid around about it because I heard the roads were pretty bad.
Yeah. I went out to get some sustenance.
Sheets.
And pizza. Pizza and pasta. What can I say?
Right.
I went out to get some sustenance, and I was like, whoa, hold up.
Yeah.
Some roads were fine, but then
Right.
other roads were like, whoa.
No, for real, it was pretty awful, and our attendance reflected it as such.
Yeah.
So anyway, all right, David, you got some news, or I got some news.
You got some news.
Should I start with my secret news,
Yeah.
just to set the tone?
If there was a tone, if you had like a fork, a tuning fork,
Ding.
what would it be? Would it be this?
Yeah.
Okay, hit it.
All right, listen, I'm going to read you this news,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm not positive. I feel like it's such big news that either I totally scooped you and I'm like the man,
Or
or
it's a fake trailer.
it's fake news. Because I feel like it's so big.
Yeah.
You should have been telling me about it.
I can't wait for me to be like, we talked about that last week.
Well, that's the third option. So,
Okay.
so the first option is big points for Penn.
Okay.
The second option is fake news.
Okay.
The third option is we talked about it last week.
Yeah.
But the date, I clicked on the story and read it with interest.
Okay.
And then the date of the news story is today at like 2 p.m.
No.
So I thought maybe I did.
Maybe you did.
Maybe I did scoop you. Here's the headline. It's in the universe of Star Wars.
Is it this one right here where it says the next big Star Wars film is from the small screen? Jon Favreau direct The Mandalorian and Grogu, which goes into production later this year, produced by Favreau, Dave Filoni, and Kathleen Kennedy.
It says The Mandalorian and Grogu are embarking on a new adventure to movie theaters.
Whoa!
Directed by John. We had not forecasted the fourth option.
That it was already on the list.
It was already in the show notes, but I didn't read it.
Surprise fourth option.
There was a surprise fourth option.
Well, give it to us in slow talk since I read fast.
But David, this is big news, right? It seems to me it's huge news. Okay.
Yeah.
So The Mandalorian, which we all loved.
Right. Well, mostly, yeah.
Yeah, and Grogu. What's Grogu?
Grogu, that's Baby Yoda's name.
Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Very popular Disney Plus shows, both in their own rights.
I'm
Just cracking a cold one.
Cold one, no big deal. If I had a little tipsy during the show,
David's all hopped up on spring water.
I shaved this beard. I need it.
So The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, two very popular Disney Plus shows, are coming. They're making movies. They're coming.
Mandalorian and Baby Yoda are one shit.
They're making a movie with The Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. A movie.
I'm starting to think you haven't watched any of The Mandalorian.
I did. I watched all The Mandalorian.
Okay. So Baby Yoda is just a character in
Right, I'm aware of that.
Mandalorian.
Yes. And you're saying these are not two separate movies. These are two separate characters in one movie.
Right, called The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, I didn't know. I did not know that.
It's called The Mandalorian and Grogu.
That's the name of the movie?
Yeah.
But don't try to run that by me. That's not the name of the show.
look.
No, but that's not the name of the show.
The name of the show is The Mandalorian.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right. And you're saying they're making a movie, and the movie's going to be called The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Right now, that's what they're saying it's called.
The Mandalorian and Grogu's Excellent Adventure. Like
Bogus Adventure.
Bogus Adventure. Anyway, looks pretty legit. It's going to be directed by Jon Favreau and produced by Favreau, Kathleen Kennedy, and Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian and Grogu will go into production in 2024. And Favreau said this very nice news. He said, I have loved telling stories set in the rich world that George Lucas created. The prospect of bringing Mandalorian and his apprentice, Baby Yoda, to the big screen is extremely exciting.
I love it.
Now, we talked a little bit last week. Jon Favreau's name came up in conversation, did it not?
Just to tack on here.
I'm not changing the subject.
In this thing, they also announced Ahsoka Season 2 by Dave Filoni.
Oh, okay.
Is also announced.
Yeah. Last week we were talking about Marvel and we were talking about directors, and you were saying we weren't
hypothesizing.
We were hypothesizing who was the best superhero director.
Yeah.
And you and I both put Christopher Nolan awfully close to the top, if not the top.
Right.
Right. But then I made the case, like you could make the case that Jon Favreau, with what he did with Iron Man, the original Iron Man, was pretty special, and therefore he should be at least included in the conversation.
Well, he set the tone for the whole season.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The whole universe.
Phase 1, yeah.
Right.
Give or take the good and the bad. Like that would,
Sure.
it would definitely set the tone. I would say, I would agree with you because I think if it weren't for the tone of that movie,
Yes.
the entire Marvel universe would be different. Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. You just gotta knock that back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do.
On the records.
That's what I do. Yep. All hopped up on spring water.
Spring water's going right to that.
So you're agreeing with me that we like Jon Favreau, and the prospect of him directing another Star Wars movie, is pretty great.
Yeah.
Did he direct one yet?
No, he directed The Mandalorian.
Okay. So him doing another Star Wars project
Yeah.
is pretty great.
Yeah.
You know what I would like? So we don't talk about it on the show that much because it's not really our thing.
Yeah.
But the Christian religious audience has this popular TV show called The Chosen. You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only ever heard of it because every now and then they book and they put like 3 episodes released in theaters.
Yeah.
And they sell out like crazy. I mean, there's a great audience for people who come out and love this stuff. And I would love, as we ramp up towards Mandalorian and Grogu, I would love for Disney Plus to release like let's show 3 episodes of Mandalorian. Let's show the whole series, in groups of 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I mean, that would be great.
Or at least if they don't want to do it, let you.
Right. Absolutely. If you're not going to do it, let me do it.
Right. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of Mandalorian, but yeah.
I think leading up to the movie, it would be fun.
I like the idea that the last episode of The Mandalorian ended on a way that kind of brought their story to a conclusion for the greater world of the TV stuff, because the TV stuff is building up to the Thrawn stuff.
Okay.
You watched Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, I think
Thrawn
I did.
was the big bad.
Okay.
It's building up to a big Thrawn. The rumor was that it was going to build up to a theatrical movie for Thrawn where it brought all the TV characters together. But I think The Mandalorian's primed for his own thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. In other news, did you? I threw this one on. Had you seen this headline? Tom Cruise, legendary Hollywood icon, and legendary studio Warner Brothers announced today that they are joining forces to develop and produce original and franchise theatrical films starring Tom Cruise.
I did see that. And to me, what that said is get ready for a whole lot of Tom Cruise saying, I'd like to do this. I'd like to do that. And then 6 years down the road, Mission Impossible 7.
Well,
10 or whatever.
You don't have to wait that long because Mission Impossible 7 Part 2 comes out next summer, I think.
That's right, yeah.
But what I thought was interesting about this, and you mentioned Mission Impossible, this does not exclude Tom Cruise from doing other projects with other studios.
Right.
So I thought that was a very interesting and important detail.
It also makes you wonder how much is his name the way, is it just his name?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, we'll put your name on this project.
Right.
Give us, we'll pay you whatever if you invest $10,000 or
right.
whatever.
$10,000. That's like a tip to that guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So, Argyle.
Is that how it's pronounced?
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think it's pronounced?
Oh, I think that is how it's pronounced, but I think it would be funnier if people pronounced it like Argle.
Argle.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else? I need to apologize to you. Because do you remember a number of years ago?
Hold on, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, sit down.
Oh, okay.
A number of years ago, you were talking about somebody made a movie about somebody famous, like, I don't know.
Hold on, let me try not to be snub about this.
Yeah.
Go on.
Somebody was making a movie about somebody famous. It doesn't matter who, but let's just say it was Aretha Franklin.
Right.
And you said they're making a biopic.
Yeah.
And I said, what? And you said a biopic.
Yeah.
And I said, do you mean biopic? Right? And I was all smug about it.
Yeah.
Right? And then I think we even went through this whole thing where we had like a running joke about Mr. Dr. Biopic.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. And there was a picture wasn't there a picture of Beyonce somehow in it? There was some tie-in.
Something like that. Yeah.
Mr. Dr. Biopic. Well, anyway, we're going to come to this later in the show. I'll explain what I was doing there. But I was in Reading last night, and so was Pete Davidson.
Oh, yeah.
And Pete Davidson was talking about a movie they were making about somebody famous.
Yeah.
And he said, I always thought it would be great to make a biopic. What'd you call it?
Biopic.
What is it actually? A biopic, yeah. He said we should make a biopic about this person. And I was like, oh my God, he said it like David. Maybe David and Pete Davidson were both correct, and I'm the jerk over here saying it's biopic.
I don't, you know, didn't he grow up in Philly?
Staten Island.
Staten Island?
Yeah.
Philly?
Right, same thing.
Philly? That's
like really North Philly.
Yeah. I like to call it North Philly.
Right,
Staten Island.
right. A lot of people call it North Philly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought of you because he said biopic.
I don't think that's. I don't know which one's right. I think biopic is the actual technical.
I think you're right. I think biopic is what.
But I have definitely heard
other people say
biopic.
Interesting.
Biopic.
I had never heard that before you said it, which is why I fell out of my chair laughing when you said it.
It's like how he and I probably would say Mario, and everyone else says it's Mario.
Mario. All right, so
it's an East Coast.
So you're gonna say something about Argyle or Argle?
This movie that hasn't come out yet.
Argle. Which opens up February 9th or 2nd or
Looks
something.
pretty good.
Looked great. A lot of fun.
But the director, Matthew Vaughn, has 2 sequels planned.
That's awesome.
How about coming out of the door swinging like that?
Great.
I love it. Hey, I got 2 sequels planned to this podcast.
Hey, we need to start looking at the calendar because if you put 2 more sequels on this, we're coming up on 250.
Oh my God.
What is it? What are we on now? 243?
246.
6. Holy cow. Phil Rizzuto.
Watch out. What are you? I told you 6 years.
Yeah.
So,
Egads.
watch out, boy. All right. What Spider-Man Across the Universe, Across the Spider-Verse.
Spideyverse.
It's going to be back in IMAX on the 19th. And then what, Oppenheimer is back this weekend?
Oppenheimer has a couple shows this weekend, and then Oppenheimer is going to have a proper release nationwide in IMAX. Mm-hmm. So in other words, we grabbed Oppenheimer for a few shows this weekend. But so if you're a big Oppenheimer fan and you wanted to see it and you got excited by some of the Golden Globe stuff, you can come see it in IMAX this weekend. But next weekend, the 19th of January, Spider-Man Across the Spideyverse gets a full IMAX. It's not all day because it has to share showtimes with Queen. But yeah, Spider-Man coming back just for you,
Whoa.
David.
Whoa.
Your number 1 show.
I love it. All right. Tell me about Margot Robbie at the Golden Globes.
Did you watch the Golden Globes?
I didn't.
You did not. I'm curious. Does our audience listen? Did anybody watch the Golden Globes podcast at penncinema.com if you took in the Globes?
I used to care about the Globes. And then one fateful time, 5 years ago,
Yeah.
I was like, hey, the Golden Globes, let's talk about them.
Yeah.
And someone was poo-pooing on them. And they were like, we don't care about the Golden Globes. That's television. And we don't care about the Golden Globes. Let's wait for the Oscars.
Right.
And ever since then, because that opinion mattered so much to me,
Right.
I haven't cared.
Because why would you?
Why would
It's
I?
TV.
It's TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that now they're making a little bit bigger deal about movies.
Look at them try.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't care about the Globes.
Right.
I stand by my 5-year-old opinion.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. And Amy and I were watching them. So it was like something to do and it was fun. And like I ended up watching them. Margot Robbie, they invented a new category for like cinematic success. And basically it's like the biggest movie of the year. It's basically their version of, you know how we always complain the Oscars never give the award, like Star Wars never got Picture of the Year.
Right.
Best Picture. This is the Globes being like, okay, well, we're not going to recognize them as being an awesome movie, but we will recognize that they made a shit ton of money. Which to me is kind of like whatever. But anyway, Barbie won this new category.
What?
Yeah. And they all piled up on the stage, the producers and a lot of the cast and a bunch of people. And Margot Robbie was like the official spokesperson, but then right away Greta Gerwig pushed her aside and started rambling about some shit. But before Margot got pushed aside, she was accepting the award while everybody was like walking up on the stage. And she accepted the award and she said, I just want to thank everyone who got all dressed up and came out to the greatest place in the world, movie theaters.
Say what?
Drop Mike, I have a new favorite actress.
Whoa. New favorite actress.
Yeah. So Barbie was our new favorite movie after it made so much money this summer. But I mean, obviously, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Like, all those people up there, nobody, good for her for recognizing that the reason why that movie made so much money is because of movie theaters.
Yeah.
Nobody stood up from the streaming world and was like, boy, we really got a lot of subscriptions,
Yeah.
No, people came out and had a magical shared community experience and good for her for recognizing it. So that's all I wanted to throw that out.
I heard the other notable speech in a positive way. I can't remember who said it, but the girl was like, I want to thank my assistants.
Yes. It was
people who answer my phones.
it was It was the actress from it's on the tip of my tongue. I can picture her. I can't come up with the show, but she was great. And what she said was, I want to thank all of our agents' assistants.
Yeah.
The only people who actually return our calls.
Yeah.
And that got a good laugh. That was fun.
All right. So last part of the news here. Is it really?
It's not news.
It's not news. Don't give me attitude already.
I got attitude last week. It's just carrying over. What'd you think? I was going to sit on it a week and get less?
our audience reached out to us and said, Penn, smart and
I don't understand.
knowledgeable Penn.
Right, but we know my position on this.
We've been doing this for 5 years, Penn.
Okay.
How many of the people who listen to the show have been listening for all the 5 years?
Well, shame on them.
Maybe not.
Okay. All right, David, I'm going to do a hard reboot.
Okay.
All right, let's start this whole news item completely over.
Okay.
And I will approach it with a fresh and positive attitude.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Trailer Master Jason.
Love that guy.
Wrote in.
This is a guy who a lot of times doesn't get the credit, but he routinely keeps us posted with trailers, and that's the other guy.
Yeah.
But why do we call him Trailer Master Jason?
Because he used to send us lists of trailers,
He used to post them.
reviews
He
and
used to
stuff.
post them on Facebook too.
Yeah. He would post our trailers for us.
But anyway, we do love him, and he is a long time. He's been listening for a long time.
Almost since the beginning.
Pretty much since the beginning. Yeah. Okay.
And he stated that this was something that we have discussed before. However, it's
getting worse.
It's re-entered the zeitgeist.
Right. It's like, guys, wait, let me look that up.
And
Okay.
we haven't heard from Frodo in a while. Frodo,
Right.
if you're out there, pop in and say hi. We miss you.
She moved.
Yeah, she's like, she cut her ears off. She's like, all right, I'm Beethoven this. Yeah. So there's been some articles, and I noted that I've heard people who don't normally come to the theaters because it's the holidays. We're talking like your uncles that all year long, they're like, I don't want to go to the theaters, I don't want to go to the theaters, and then they go, and they have something to complain about, and this is the current thing to complain about.
So what you're referencing is a very real thing,
Yes.
which I keep in the forefront of my mind when I'm scheduling movies.
Right.
Around the holidays, we get all the normal moviegoers,
Yes.
and then we also get a big layer of what I call non-moviegoers.
Who are much more vocal.
They're much more vocal. This is a new experience to them. They don't know the routine. They don't know where to get their tickets. They don't know where to get their popcorn. They don't know they don't know where. It's like when I go to Do-Si Do, I know where to stand. I know where to order my coffee. I know where to wait for my bagel.
Right.
And then I go. And then every now and then you're in there and you're waiting, and some poor slob comes in. I don't know. I'm going to stand over here by the baked goods and ask for a coffee. So anyway, so your point is that's a very real thing that around Christmas time, we get a lot of people into the movies who aren't regulars.
Right. And they're the ones going to Facebook and posting, I'm not going to go to the theater. And it's, again,
Right.
because of this proves why we should all stay home. I literally saw several posts like that. This proves why we should just wait. And that is because a lot of the big chains, all the big chains pretty much, have added more pre-show content to their already extended pre-show content cycle. Mm-hmm. And that's including a lot of just ads, not just previews,
Right.
just straight up ads. There was a period of time, I remember back in the day, I liked to get early for the AMC or Regal had the 20.
Mm-hmm.
And, when I was in like school or junior high or whatever, it's like
With your briefcase.
my briefcase. Like I like to see the 20 because it's like behind the scenes. That was pre-internet, so you didn't get to see that stuff.
When I was before I owned a movie theater, I was always early so I could see all the trailers, and I would be interested in whatever other content, because a lot of time they'd have like little trivia bits, little bits that it's slightly entertaining, but like I loved taking in like the whole thing.
Yeah, to me that was part of the night out.
But you got there if that's what you were into, and you were going to a 7:00 showing of Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
And you were going to a 7:00 show. If you were like me and you were excited about it, you got there at 6:35.
Right.
Because you wanted to see the full.
And good seats.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, then the trailers would start at 7. And then you had.
Well, what back in the day? Not in my day.
No.
Not that I remember.
The trailers would start eventually.
Yeah.
And then they would roll like 20 minutes of trailers.
Right. Which is, and I'll go back like a few years. I forget where I was. I was scouting out a competitor. Mm-hmm. It was a Regal. It wasn't the one here in Lancaster, but I think I was out of town, and this particular theater was like on our radar for something, and I went to see the 7:00 show of whatever, and the movie didn't start until 7:25.
Right. And people kind of got used to that, to the point that there's sometimes I'll bring people from out of the area here. I'll meet them here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where are you? And they're like, oh, they'll show up like 20 minutes late.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're going to miss the movie.
Right.
Because it's that's not how the things are done here.
No.
Yeah. So, but it's apparently extended a little bit further because they've started adding straight up commercials. Now, there was some experimenting with commercials here over the beginning of the holiday season. I remember, like right before it, you might want to talk about how you felt about that and how that worked out. But
we did an experiment and we got 0 customer feedback.
Yeah.
I asked you and a couple other people, and I think the difference between what we did versus what the bigs do is we did not extend. So our policy. So maybe we should, before I address this, we should address the Penn Cinema way.
Okay. Yeah. Please.
Penn Cinema way is to start the trailer package, which every trailer, most with few exceptions, every trailer is 2 to 2.5 minutes. Right. So we run 4 trailers before every show. So you have 8 to 10 minutes of trailers. And we start our trailer package 5 minutes before. So a 7 o'clock movie, the trailer package drops at 6:55, which means that your scheduled movie should start at 7:08 or 7:10. I'm sorry, 7:05, something like that. So between 7:03 and 7:05. So what we did with this experiment, so that's a pretty consistent thing that people have come to rely on, to trust at Penn Cinema. Like if you're going to see a 7 o'clock movie, you want to be in the theater at 7.
Yeah.
And you'll probably catch the last trailer.
Right.
But a lot of people still come, at quarter of or 20 of and, make a night of it, soak in. They watch it because we run local commercials and then we run national commercials and then we run trailers and then the movie starts. And the experiment that we did this year in November, December was we ran a United Airlines ad, a national ad.
Real short.
It was real short and real high quality professional. It wasn't in your face annoying or anything like that. But we ran that after the last trailer, which was a wildly different thing for us, and I'm not sure. I mean, from our point of view, it didn't affect how late I think that's what I was trying to say was the difference is it didn't affect how late our movie started. The movies still started between 7:04 and 7:05.
Those commercials were super short. There was 2 of them back to back and they were 10 seconds, 15 seconds long.
Total, they were 30 seconds.
Yeah. So they were a piece or
I think the package was 30 seconds.
Yeah. It's short.
Yeah.
And so my opinion of it was, well, I see a lot of movies, so it was jarring.
Yeah.
But not offensive. I was like, oh, this is different.
Right.
But then at the same time, I forgot by the time the movie was over.
You know what we ended up doing to soften it a little bit? We ran the United Air. I keep saying United. I'm pretty sure it was United Airlines.
It was airplanes.
We ran that, and then we did that little 10-second Penn Cinema.
Right.
We did that after the airline.
It's a nice break.
To transition into you don't want to start a feature film butted up right up against an ad.
So I don't like it because I don't like ads, but at the same time, I didn't think it was it seems like from a business standpoint, a win.
Yeah. So Trailer Master Jason's point was that now, you and I are sitting here kind of complaining that a movie didn't start till 7:20.
Yeah.
And now what are we reporting? It's even worse?
Yeah. We're talking some places have put it over half an hour to 40 minutes at some.
How do you even schedule that? I have a hard time scheduling movie. You've heard me complain.
They must have a set package that goes before it, and they add it to each movie.
Yeah.
And set the time to that because they must see. Here's what I'm thinking that happens, right? You this isn't COVID or anything like that, or people not coming back to the theater, because that's one argument.
Right.
Oh, there's not people, they're not coming back or whatever. This is, they introduced the assigned seating has become a thing, and the more used to assigned seating people became, the more reliable their position. You used to have to get here early if you wanted the good seats,
right?
And that was 50% of your motivation to get here early.
50 or 60 or 70.
Yeah, and so then the theater is dealing with a captive audience.
Right.
And then they can come with all these creative ways to keep you occupied, which means you've got the fancy, the 20 or whatever, which is really just a giant commercial.
Right, but it's
thing.
fun.
Yeah. But now people are showing up right when they need to. So they're lying about the times to get people in. And then it's a trend. It's a trend. So people are coming later. And so they're saying, well, if they're going to come later, we'll just run more. See how it just perpetuates longer and longer. I mean, there's got to be a breaking point.
I mean, at what point do studios, because people, if they get in the habit of starting 25 minutes late, they're just going to come 25 minutes late.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Well, then they make it 35 minutes.
Right.
So that they add another 10 minutes on to that.
Yeah, it's like an ultimate game of chicken.
Right, yes. That's exactly what it is. And maybe people are starting to notice. But again, there's that small minority group who just was at the theaters, who are very vocal. And for whatever reason, they've been talking about it. So anyway, that Trailer Master Jason reached out about us. That things haven't really changed here, but they definitely seem to be changing.
Was that was he reaching out as like a heads up or to ask us like?
Well, he said that there had been. I guess he had copied a New York Times article for us. That it was in the time, like the Times had written about it, and like he's like, people are talking about this. I just wanted to see like,
interesting.
where you guys are now.
Yeah, interesting. We have not changed our ways.
Yeah,
and it's funny because sometimes that's in our favor and sometimes it's not. And I think this is an example where it's in our favor because we're a little bit old school and we're a little bit, because we're mom and pop. We just do it our way. There's no corporate pressure on us from anywhere.
Yeah.
Because there's no corporate entity. So I think that works in our favor. And, I think a good example, and you remember a good example where it worked against us was with recliners, where, remember how much I was against recliners. And I was like, we're never going to get reclined. That was like our big joke the first year of the podcast, because every time I saw you, there was another innovation that I was like, we'll never do that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And then like 5 minutes later, I'm buying $2 million worth of recliners.
Right.
But yeah, so sometimes it helps us being small and independent. And then sometimes like we need customers to push us in the other direction.
How often do you find people who refuse to honor the
Never.
ticketed seats?
We find people frequently will take it upon themselves to sit wherever they want. I shouldn't say frequently. I should say from time to time, especially when the theater's not crowded. But I've never heard from a manager who, then hey, there's there's two people who think they have the same seat. And one of them knows they're in the wrong seat, but just doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
And then the manager comes in with their little flashlight and they sort it out. And, we've never had anyone like, refuse to, sit where they're supposed to.
I guess I was less, I guess you wouldn't see this like I have. And not so much them refusing, but like even just this last week, someone was in my seat. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, you're in my seat. And the lady was like, oh, and just went and found another seat.
Yeah.
Like she didn't go to like her seat.
Her seat, right.
She just moved.
Was the theater crowded?
It was pretty full.
Oh, okay.
She actually went to the old row that doesn't have tickets.
Okay.
And sat back there.
Yeah. Was she younger or older?
She was older.
Interesting.
Yeah, she was knitting. So
she figured I'm going to pay $16 to be able to go knit.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So, all right, let's move on. That was all the news that was fit to print this week. Oh.
That was like the marching man.
Yeah.
That was like the robot.
I was like, is he going to make it on beat?
Right.
No doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Never, ever misses a beat. One time I was like, yeah.
I thought he was going to fall.
That was like a staccato. Yeah.
All right, trailers this week. We got quite a few. More than I thought we were going to have.
We have a great tagline that I can't wait to talk about.
Okay. Let's start with what might be. And now I'm going to say this is my trailer of the week.
Okay.
Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Because
trailer number 2.
Trailer number 2 for Lisa Frankenstein. I felt that this told us a lot more about the story. It looked a lot more fun.
Yep.
It looked a lot more funny
Yep.
than the other trailer. And I was on board from the other trailer.
Right.
So I'm down.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I'm completely on board. I keep looking for Johnny Depp to turn up.
Yeah.
Doesn't this look like a movie
It looks like
he
him
should
and
be in
Molly
this
Ringwald.
movie?
Yeah.
How is he not in this movie?
I guess he's not the quite right age anymore.
Yeah, not quite.
Yeah. But so the big difference here from what we thought, it's called Lisa Frankenstein, and we thought that she built a boyfriend, but it turns out he's somehow zombified, and then they're upgrading his body.
Right.
But
So they are building him, but it's more like you said, it's more upgrades.
yeah. Somehow he's reanimated. He's the man she's always dreamed of.
Right.
There's some of it was like, she says something insulting, and he starts crying. She's like, "Oh, your tears smell like farts," or something like that. Yeah.
This was not my trailer of the week, but I did really enjoy this trailer, and I'm looking forward to seeing the movie.
Okay, so that's Lisa Frankenstein. What's next?
The First Omen, which opens on April 5th
Okay.
from 20th Century. I really need Encyclopedia Brown to weigh in on this because this is his world. I will say one thing that really intrigued me about this. Is this a remake?
It's a prequel to another movie.
It's a prequel to another movie.
I don't know if it's The Nun or...
I got a kick out of, in the first portion of the trailer, like I'd say the first minute of the trailer, everything they showed was people doing whatever they were doing, it was backwards.
The whole trailer's backwards.
The whole trailer?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't notice it towards the end, but I guess it's less obvious when they... But what is that about?
I don't know if it has something to do with... Because at the end, they play someone speaking backwards. If it's supposed to be like the whole thing where there was the... You know, if you played something backwards, there's satanic stuff in it.
Paul is dead.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know.
Whatever.
This wasn't for me. I'll acknowledge that I was interested in watching it.
Right.
And like most of these horror things, I lose interest really quickly. But this one, I was like...
I liked the effect of the backwards stuff. That was intriguing and interesting.
Yeah.
Next
is the Mean Girls trailer. I don't know what number this is. It had a subtitle to it, but I can't remember what this...
Revenge Party.
Revenge
This
Party.
is the final trailer is what it said on it.
And this it looked good. I think of all of the trailers, this is the one that most gave hints that this is going to be a musical.
Yeah.
Like...
This, I know it's going to, I mean, we've talked about this on the show. It's a musical, but what I liked about this is it just looked like it gave us a taste of what that music's going to be.
Right.
And it sounded like very young, very hip, very fun.
And
like,
also some of the new comedy.
Fun, yes.
Yeah.
And what's the actor's name? Tim Meadows plays the principal. But he's just gold.
Yeah.
You know, I just love him. This was also not my trailer of the week, but this was definitely my top 3.
I would say top 3 for me as well.
Yeah. Next up, we have Robot Dreams.
This is a movie that I want to see, but you'll never remember, I think.
What?
I just feel like this is one of those movies that you were just going to be like,
That's so funny because this was my trailer of the week.
Is it really?
Until my trailer of the week showed up.
Are you for real?
For real, swear to God. I am pumped for this movie. I did not know Neon made animated movies.
Yeah.
Is this their first?
I don't know.
Well, I'm all in on this movie.
Tell us about it.
I thought this looked great.
Yeah, okay.
So the mailman delivers the mail to the house where the dog lives.
Well, the dog's an anthropomorphic dog, so it orders the mail.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But how does the mailman know which apartment to put it in? Because he looks for the mailbox that says dog. It's just so simple.
Yeah.
It reminded me of like of a Richard Scarry book. Have you ever read Richard Scarry?
Yeah.
Like that's to me what this world reminded me of. And also reminded me of a kids show that the girls watched when they were little, or that we all watched when they were little. And I think it was Oswald. Is that name ring a bell? I think the animation style is very similar to Oswald and very comforting. Like I found it very warm and comforting, and like I want to see this movie.
Yeah. So the dog is lonely.
Right.
And so he orders a robot companion.
To be friends.
Yeah. And then it just shows him and the robot having a good time. Maybe.
But then there might be a twist.
Yeah.
And the robot kind of looks familiar, like an existing popular.
It looks like a 50s, 60s robot design. Kind of like a small Iron Giant.
Right.
Type,
Yes,
type
that's
thing.
probably what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
A very generic time period robot.
I highly recommend taking 30 seconds from your minute, taking a half of one of your minutes, and no, I guess it'd be 2 of your minutes.
Yeah.
And go watch this.
I liked it.
Yeah. This really like did something for me. It was interesting. It said coming soon, so it's from Neon, so it's going to go to theaters.
Yeah.
But they're vague about when. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have the movie called Marmalade.
And where can we see that, David?
We can see this. It's available to watch on February 9th.
So
where? This is suspect. I mean,
yeah, you want a place, you want a name.
Yeah.
The pressure of a name.
maybe, yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, you see, it's a you can.
Maybe we'll just skip this one then. I missed that part.
I don't suspect that this movie is going to make it to theaters.
Yeah.
But I got a kick out of this trailer. Didn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, this is what love story gone bad. Boy falls in love with trouble girl.
Yeah,
like that.
it looks like this girl might have I was trying to figure out if she has a history of manipulating boys to do crimes.
Right.
And she makes them wear this mask.
Yeah.
And
a very cool mask, by the way.
Yeah, it looks
like very
simple
creative.
head. Yeah.
Makes it look like you have 3 faces.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if she has a history of doing that or if it's just this is the one that she does that to. But at one point she manipulates him so hard she's like, "No, I'm in your life now. Like you can't get rid of me."
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of most trailers, it says coming soon, and the good movies say exclusively to theaters.
Yeah.
March 19th. Whatever. And the okay movies say coming to select theaters and Netflix on whatever. And then this one just says available to watch.
Somewhere.
Oh, that's all it says. Available to watch February 9th.
Yeah.
Like, whoa. Don't press us for where.
Right.
I got a kick out of that. All right. Well, speaking of suspect, TIM, which I guess spells Tim, the end of this trailer says in theaters and on demand January 12th, which, by the way, is in a couple days. And considering that my job is to book movies.
That's your job?
And I've never heard of this movie that opens in 3 days.
Yeah, well, get ready. It's going to blow your socks
I guess. All I can hope in situations like this is that one of my competitors was dumb enough to waste the screen on this.
Wow.
This looks like absolute shit.
It's another robot story. I feel like it's a tried and true AI story.
Yep.
Hey, they make robots so good you could fall in love with them. And then the girl's like, I love you, Tim. And Tim's like, I think I love you too. She's like, ha ha ha. I'm going to stay in the closet while I visit with my real husband.
Right.
And then Tim's like, but wait a minute.
I love you.
I love you.
Yeah.
And I'm going to kill you.
Like any good lover.
Because any good lover.
Right.
If you don't know how much I love you, let me prove it to you by killing you.
This movie looks like trash.
Yeah.
The last movie.
This is my runner-up for sure.
This is my trailer of the week.
It's got my 2 biggest Hollywood girl crushes.
Yeah. The reason why this movie beat out Robot Dreams for my movie of the week is because Robot Dreams looks great, and I have nothing bad to say about that. But it could be Robot Dreams could just be a fun, silly, like a good time. This movie, which I had never heard of, and vaguely it just says coming soon to theaters.
The trailer dropped this afternoon.
Okay, so it's fresh.
Yeah.
So the movie is called Mother's Instinct, and it stars 2 of our favorites with Anne Hathaway and Jessica Chastain.
Yeah.
2 of the very best.
Don't talk to me when I'm watching this
Right,
movie.
and it looks like they are both on their A game.
Yeah.
I mean, this movie looks ridiculous, and it's not. How do I put it? It looks like it's not trying to make. It's not making a social commentary or a message or an adventure film or a comedy. This is a straight up drama. Like, this is going to be a heavy movie, I think, and I think it looks amazing.
Yeah. Do you want to go over what it's about?
Well, Sure.
I can. I can.
Go for it. You're usually better at the plot review. Well, I'll tell it, and then you tell it how it really is. There's these two moms, and each of them has a little boy.
Right. Multiple children.
And one of the little boys falls off the roof. And the other mom, in time, the two moms are really good friends.
Right.
It seems like. And then in time, the one mom begins kind of thinking maybe the other mom should have saved her little boy from jumping on the roof. And then in time, the one mom thinks the other mom maybe put the little boy on the roof on purpose. And then the whole thing's convoluted.
Okay.
That's my version.
So
now,
it looks
ladies and gentlemen, the actual version.
Anne Hathaway has two boys. Right. And Jessica Chastain has one boy. She's also very, I think it was, this is the part that was a little hard to follow. I'll give you that. Because I thought that there were two boys and one went to each mom. But then it looks like Jessica Chastain has another little boy. If it's either she has two or she has anyway, she notices little boy trying to hang up a bird feeder by standing on the railing of the balcony, and she's yelling for him to get down because it's established in the trailer that she's neurotic. And she rushes up and she kicks into the house. Anne Hathaway's vacuuming, and she's yelling for her, and she runs up. Kid falls off the balcony and dies. I thought it was Jessica Chastain's son. It's not. It's Anne Hathaway's son.
Is Anne Hathaway the one vacuuming?
Yes.
Okay.
And because it causes strife between Anne Hathaway and her husband about, like, you don't care about, maybe she didn't care about that son or something. And then Jessica Chastain starts to insinuate that Anne Hathaway put the kid out there to fall. And then she wonders if she put him out there to fall to teach her a lesson on being neurotic. And then Jessica Chastain's son, and there's a scene where he's on the balcony too, and she starts freaking out. And then Anne Hathaway comes out and was like, what? What are you freaking out about? So it seems intense. I may have it wrong because it got a little confusing there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But regardless of the somewhat plot confusion, looks amazing.
It does.
Looks really well acted, well made. This is a movie I want to see.
Yeah. So that's Lisa Frankenstein, The First Omen, Mean Girls, Robot Dreams, Marmalade, T.I.M., and Mother's Instinct.
David's trailer of the week was Lisa Frankenstein. Penn's trailer of the week was Mother's Instinct.
Yeah. All right, so moving on to our reviews this week. We kind of semi-reviewed these last week where each of us had seen different ones. Right. So now we're coming back with our just broader opinions reversed. You want to start things off?
I watched Ferrari.
Oh, okay. Did you watch Poor Things too or no?
No.
Okay, so you switched it up and watched Ferrari. All right, so I haven't seen Ferrari.
All right, so you saw Boys in the Boat and Poor Things?
Well, last week I reviewed Poor Things, and you were gonna watch it this week.
Right, and you watched
Boys in the Boat.
Gotcha. So we already reviewed Poor Things last week.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're down to you're going to review Boys in the Boat.
Yeah, you did last week.
Which
too.
I did last week.
Yeah.
And I'm going to review Ferrari.
Right.
Which
the whole thing
watched.
is we were supposed to switch.
I know.
And then somebody was like, I'm going to really switch it up.
Yeah, I know. My bad.
And switch gears.
Yeah, switch gears right into a Ferrari.
Yeah.
I watched Ferrari starring Adam Driver, and Penelope Cruz, and
Jennifer Lawrence?
No, but Shailene Woodley.
Shailene Woodley.
And this, so, all right, sorry, I feel like I got bogged down in the weeds. Ferrari is a true story about Mr. Ferrari, and the movie is incredible. And unlike some of the recent biopics that we've been talking about, like I believe we were both bored by Priscilla.
Yes.
We were unimpressed with Elvis. Some of these other movies that sort of were flat. I would say that this movie somehow threaded the needle. It was not like a wild, happy-go-lucky adventure, but somehow it wasn't boring either. And I attribute that to Adam Driver being such a great actor and the movie being shot in Italy and just being gorgeous, to watch. And also it took place, back in the day, and that was, that added a fun element to it. And also I think the thing is this movie when it ended, like it had a the character had a arc. I think our complaint about Priscilla,
They didn't have arcs.
none of them had arcs. So Mr. Ferrari, I think it was Enzo. Enzo Ferrari at the beginning of the movie was a certain way, and then over the course of the movie, he goes through a bunch of learning curves and learning experiences, and the company is about to go up in flames, and right around that same time, there's all this pressure to win the race, and right around that same time, his wife finds out about his wife, played by Penelope Cruz, finds out about his longtime girlfriend, played by Shailene Woodley, and his ill-begotten son, Piero Ferrari, who went on and is now the vice president of whatever at Ferrari. But anyway, and Miss Enzo had all along been supporting the girlfriend and the son. Like the company Ferrari had been paying, house payments and allowances and paying for the son's stuff and all this kind of stuff. And so the drama between the three of them was deep. And I don't know. I'm not doing this film justice other than to say I really enjoyed it. It's not going to be the kind of movie where I call my friends and I'm like, hey, you got to see this.
Yeah.
But if somebody told me they were coming to see Ferrari, I'd be like, oh, great, enjoy it, have fun.
Tell me, does at least once when he's thinking about how they have to win, does he say, Enzo's got to get those benzos? He needs the prize money?
No, not once.
Worst movie
I
I've
know.
ever seen.
Right. So I would say my review of Ferrari is best movie ever made.
Okay. And I saw Boys in the Boat, which, again, for a biopic.
A biopic, I think, is how it's pronounced.
We're going to look that up in a second here. But again, for that type of movie, it had character growth barely.
Yeah.
Barely.
Yeah.
Because it was really about the one boy.
Right.
I expected a little bit more after the end.
Yes, that's what a lot of people have been saying.
Yeah, that's its biggest downpour.
Yeah.
But I will say that this movie kept me kind of on the edge of my seat.
Yeah.
And they did it some tricky ways. Like I assumed they placed for a medal. And I knew they were going to get to the Olympics, so that was never up to question, right? But when they're at the Olympics, boy, oh boy, do they keep focusing on the one guy's oar. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's going to break.
Yeah, they keep zooming in on him, like having to constantly click the safety on.
Right.
And I've,
you were just sure
I was like,
that it was going to break.
It's got to,
absolutely.
But it was just false tension, but it worked.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad about it.
And how about the tension when they cross the finish line? And they're looking for the photo finish because it's old school, so they got to go to a dark room.
Right. Well, by that point, I assumed they won. I was like, they wouldn't have triumphantly gotten that far. And
Rocky lost.
Maybe not. That's true.
In the photo finish?
Yeah, in the photo.
Where's your hat?
Bringing it back. So, I'm going to say best movie I've ever seen. I had a good time. I enjoyed it. Lot of rowing. That's for sure.
A lot of rowing.
Yeah.
Back before I was into running,
yeah,
I had a really funny joke that I used to tell all the time. Did you know, I'm sure we've discussed this, but did you know that my lovely wife, Amy, finished the New York City Marathon? She was the first person in our family to run a marathon.
Wow.
Yeah, so I always blame her for my love of endurance sports. But anyway, so she ran a marathon, and back when she was running a marathon, I was not into running or lifting or doing any physical activity at all. Right.
Yeah.
And so I had this really funny joke that I used to say, and I used to say, you know what the problem is with marathons? And then the poor person I was talking to would say, what? And then I'd say, oh, a lot of running.
I agree.
Yeah.
Let's see here if we can get a proper pronunciation on.
We're going to, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look for a proper pronunciation.
It's coming up right here. If we can get it to load.
Biopic. Well, Well, that's when we first talked about it. That's how I corrected you. But now that I hear you say it,
Biopic.
now that we're saying biopic,
Biopic. See.
Biopic.
See? You were right.
but I like your way better now,
Biopic.
Biopic.
Mr. Dr. Biopic.
Dr. Biopic.
The doctor will see you now,
Dr. Biopic.
Mr. Dr. Biopic.
That's Mr. Dr. Biopic.
Right.
Doctor's my first name.
Right.
Doctor was my father.
Right. You call me Mr.
Yeah. So next week, we're excited because we're going to be watching American Fiction.
Which opens at Penn Cinema
On when?
the 11th in the afternoon. Yeah.
When? Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Wow.
Bada bing, bada boom. We don't fool around. David, when I see a good movie, by God, I just call that studio and I say, hey, studio.
We don't fool around.
Yeah, no, come on. Who do you think
I
you're
am?
talking to? Right.
And they said no.
And then they say, please hold.
Yeah. Sir, this is an answering service.
You don't have the actual number of the studio. Right.
All right. Take us off here on our listeners' notes, questions, feedback.
Oh,
comments,
my
and
God. I have been debating all day how I want to tackle this.
I came out of the gate. Everyone I saw, riddle me this.
Oh, my God.
me this.
Oh, my
Can
God.
you-
Oh, my God. David, let me just preface this.
Yeah. Should we review the subject?
Why don't you review the subject? And then I'm going to preface it.
Okay, last week we did our top ends.
Last week on the Penn Cinema podcast.
Right. Do I actually? I don't. I don't. It sounds. Oh no! Wait.
Previously on the Penn Cinema podcast.
Rolling.
Penn,
That's me.
we gave our top ends, which was a really popular episode.
Which the top ends is our top 10 list, but only our top five best and also our bottom 5 worst.
Right. And for your second bottom 5 worst.
Right. So my second worst of the year.
Yeah, you're number 8.
Number 8.
You put Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Right. Which also you had on your list of bottoms.
Right.
But somehow.
But then you're like, well, I didn't see it, but you said it was so bad. You and other people said it was bad, so it must be my personal second worst movie of the year. Not it was a bad movie this year. It was so much worse than anything I actually saw. That's how bad it was. Yeah. And I came at you, and you were like, "No, it counts."
No, yeah. I think it counts. And now here's the thing. This
Yeah.
is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Right? This is what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say is this. I figure I'm not a great rule follower. So I figure I can make up my own rules when I write my own top 10 lists.
That podcast is filling your head with garbage. You should be in school.
All right, so we got a great note this week from Tony Baloney, a.k.a. T-Loney.
T-Loney.
Love this guy. You may remember him from having received honorable mention in the Abacus's year-end review.
I prefer to say you may remember him as the guy who pooed all over the counter.
No, but I don't want to bring that up. I don't want to besmirch his,
I like to make it sound like it was a recent thing.
Right, yes.
Not when he was a baby.
Right, exactly. Who told this story? His wife or his mom?
His mom wrote in. Yeah.
We're going to start telling people it's his wife. All right, so Baloney writes in and says, all right, so there I was blissfully listening to the Penn Cinema podcast. Now, I'm going to just pause right here. How many times have we been through this?
Yeah.
The correct way to say it is, there I was, minding my own business, listening to the Penn Cinema podcast, and then you repeat it backwards. I was listening to the Penn Cinema podcast, minding my own business. Right? That's the proper way to introduce your opinion on one of our shows.
Right.
But Tony didn't get that yet. So he writes in and says, so there I was, blissfully listening to the Penn Cinema podcast, and to my dismay, Penn challenges the listeners, of which I am one. David is 100% correct. Penn, what are you thinking? 1, 2, 3 exclamation points.
Oh my goodness.
You were the chosen one. You cannot rate a movie. This now that I'm reading here is in all caps. You cannot rate a movie you have not seen. Okay, pause for effect.
So how many of our reviews are no longer valid?
Let me challenge you. This is Tony saying to me, let me challenge you. Let me answer your challenge with questions. Do you recommend restaurants to your closest friends that you have never dined in? Do you suggest underwear to your bros that you have never worn? Do you tell people how challenging an Ironman course is that you have never completed yourself? Gasp! You, my friend, are gnawing at the very fabric, nay, foundation of the Penn Cinema podcast, and I, for one, demand a replacement or amendment to your list. Now, up until this point of the letter, of this note from Baloney, I was full on defending in my mind, fully defending my position.
Yeah.
It's my list. I can put anything on it that I want. And I didn't go back and listen to our review, but I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong.
It's going to be some insane, off-the-wall technicality that nobody with, like a lawyer, would come up with.
Correct me if I'm wrong, young David Mullen.
Yeah.
Did I say it was the worst movie, or were we reviewing like the movie itself or the disappointment around the movie?
We're reviewing the movies themselves.
The disappointment around the movie. Because
these lists are supposed to be personal, not your thoughts as a guy who runs a theater.
Okay, so up until this point of Baloney's letter, I'm in my mind fully defending myself, thinking to myself, first of all, I can do whatever I want. It's my list. Mm-hmm. And then second of all, I was thinking, you know what? I don't have to explain myself to anybody. Mm-hmm. And then third of all, I was thinking, you know what? I am going to explain myself because the movie was so disappointing to me on so many levels that I put it in my list as disappointments, worst movies of the year. Makes complete sense, right? I'm defending this in my head, and I'm reading his letter, and then we get to the next part. And I changed my tune a little bit. He says, gasp, you are gnawing at the very foundation of the Penn Cinema podcast, and I, for one, demand a replacement or amendment to your list. And then he goes on. This is like, you know, in A Christmas Story when they say, like, he went from double dog dare to triple dog dare?
This is where you see Tony Baloney's clearly a father. But this next line.
Yes. He goes, don't be that guy.
Yeah. You know what you're doing.
I'm out. I was wrong. I admit, I apologize.
Yeah.
That was an incorrect position to take. And
so what is your number 8?
Stay tuned.
Okay.
I will come back next week.
Okay.
With an amended ends list.
Okay.
And probably just to piss you off, I will probably go watch Guardians of the Galaxy so I can put it on the list. Either that or the other thing I might do is just revamp my entire list. Like put Cocaine Bear as like my number 1 pleasant surprise.
Wow.
Which, by the way, I was out to dinner recently with the same friends that I was with when we watched Cocaine Bear together.
Whoa.
And I told them about, well, one of them listens to the show, and we were talking about the year-end lists. And I told them, you know, that you and I were kind of all over the place on our top 10 list. I said, but the one thing that we definitely agreed on, we were on the same page
Bringing
with that
families
together. Right. All right. So, stay tuned next week. And then I will go right into the next letter I'll do the first portion of the next, which is from Chris Hall Productions. He took a little...
Senior lead cashier in the cafeteria, I heard.
Yeah. Interesting.
Position,
yeah, everybody was talking about that.
Yeah.
He took a little bit more of a blunt... I don't know. I'll just read what he said. He said, Chris Hall Productions writes in and says, let's just go ahead and tackle the elephant in the room before we go any further. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Have you ever tackled an actual elephant? I mean, it's hard.
Have you seen me?
Right. I think
In my day.
right.
Yeah.
Put down the briefcase, take off the suit coat, and you're in business.
I've tackled my fair share of elephants.
Right. So he goes on to say, he says, let's tackle the elephant in the room before we go on. You cannot have a title on your top end list that you haven't seen. A movie only qualifies for your list if you've seen it. Look, I hate to agree with David on pretty much anything, but he's right on this one. That's kind of a backwards way of saying, like, David's wrong. That's what I read from this.
It's a backhanded way of saying that I'm usually wrong.
I don't like, I just, here's the thing. I don't want to be that guy.
Right.
But I can't stop thinking that.
Of ways to get out of it.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yeah.
How can I score myself into the right?
Right. Okay. Do you want me to read his list or?
I got it.
You got it.
So he said, now on to my list. It turns out that having 2 kids under 5 years old makes it difficult to see a lot of movies throughout the year, unless you're Diamond-Eyed Derek.
Yeah.
So the 10 movies I have listed below might just comprise the entirety of the movies I saw this year. Just the same, here it goes. Top 5. Number 5, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Get over it, David. They're not real animals.
Wow. So
Jerk move.
you, yeah, that was a strong move.
Yeah.
So you and I both put Guardians of the Galaxy for different reasons.
Yeah.
Put Guardians on our worst list.
Yeah. And out of spite.
Right. That's what I was getting at. Go ahead.
He told me later it wasn't on there until he listened to the show. Number 4, Super Mario Brothers, a fun adventure that I love watching with my kids. Number 3, Dungeons and Dragons, Honor Among Thieves. This movie was a blast, truly underrated.
Yeah,
underrated.
I agree with that. Underrated, yes.
Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, what every other Spider-Man movie should aspire to be. And number 1, Godzilla -1, an unexpected thrill. Movies like this just aren't made anymore, and they should be.
Mm-hmm.
Now, number 5, worst 5, The Flash. The long-awaited dumpster fire that brought back and then killed Michael Keaton's Batman. Number 4, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
I like The Flash.
You and I both like The Flash, so we are in a very small minority.
Yeah,
on that.
okay.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Too many characters and bad CGI weighed down this movie. Just let Paul Rudd do his thing. Number 3, Renfield. Other than some ridiculous action beats, this was all schlock in the worst ways. Number 2, The Meg 2, The Trench. There's suspension of disbelief, and then there's force-feeding giant plot holes down the viewer's throat. This was the latter. Number 1 was Expendables. These guys aren't only too old for these movies now, they're just plain hard to watch. And he said, congratulations on reaching year 6. Keep up the work. And there's a and here's to 2024. Yeah. That's from Chris Hall Productions.
Chris Hall's Productions, a man of few words.
Encyclopedia Brown hit us up.
Yeah, Encyclopedia Brown wrote us up. Now,
he didn't do top ends. He did top 10.
He did top 10. And I think I want to remind the listeners, if you're tuning in, because this is the week, right?
Yeah.
This is a new listener week.
Yeah.
We forgot to mention that. It's a new listener week. So welcome. Yeah.
Welcome new listeners.
Yeah, we're glad you're here. And Encyclopedia Brown watches more movies than anybody else.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. If you find his letterbox, you gotta follow. He saw like 240 some movies.
Yeah.
And he reviewed all but 3 of them.
Do you do Letterboxd?
I don't, but maybe I should.
Maybe I should too. I was talking to Brooke about it, and anyway. So Encyclopedia, you need to know that he watched all the movies. Yeah. And the reason why he has this nickname is not just because it's a great nickname. He is Encyclopedia Brown because he remembers. So I put a lot of credit on his list.
Is he the elephant in the room?
He might be the elephant.
Disguise?
Right, yes. Yeah. So his honorable mention before we get to the top 10 list, I thought this was the most surprising out of his entire top 10. His honorable mention is Sound of Freedom, which you and I both skipped, if I remember correctly. So that's interesting right there. He presents his top 10 list with no comments.
No, because they don't need any.
They don't need any.
His opinion is final.
When you have a list as good and definitive as his, comments are superfluous.
Why even argue?
Right. Number 10, House Party.
This is the movie that neither of us had seen.
Right, we pretended.
We pretended to see. Yeah.
Number 9, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Number 8, What Happens Later? Another one that we skipped.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't.
Well, that was. These are some horror movies, right? What Happens Later was a horror movie.
No, I think that's a romance.
It just came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
When Evil Lurks, Haunted Mansion. He writes Haunted Manson, but I assume that's a typo.
I mean, it could be. What do we know? We don't watch the horror.
Yeah, we didn't even see Haunted Manson. Number 5, this is where he starts to overlap a little bit with some of our titles. Number 5, Godzilla -1. Number 4, Super Mario Bros. Right up there, number 4.
Wow.
Number 3, Barbie.
Of course.
Yeah. I guess I'm a tiny bit surprised.
Number 2 surprises me the most.
I'm okay, but let's stay on number 3 just for one quick second.
Yeah.
Knowing Encyclopedia Brown the way I do, I was just a tiny bit surprised that Barbie was so high on his list.
I don't know, because Barbie was fun.
Right.
And it was the right 80s nostalgia that, he and I had some, we were the kiddos.
Yeah, you were just young bucks.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so Barbie number 3. Number 2, The Creator.
Yeah.
So his second favorite movie of the year was nowhere on any of our top 10 lists.
Right. I couldn't put it there, but I did like the movie a lot.
Sure. And number 1, I love this choice. And
Indiana Jones. I mean, what?
right, the one with the great train sequence.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning. It used to be called Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Yeah.
And I think now it's just Dead Reckoning. But yeah, I agree. Mission Impossible was freaking awesome, and I can't wait to the next one.
Yeah. So look, hey, if you want to write us in about anything whatsoever, go ahead and hit us up at our new email address, podcast@pencinema.com. Not to be confused with the old one. It's the new one, podcast@pencinema.com. Now, what are you doing with yourself? Is that how we were saying it?
Yeah. What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing with your life? What's up with you?
What are you doing? What's up with you?
What's up with you?
I went to Reading, Pennsylvania with my lovely wife.
What?
And we saw Pete Davidson. I had an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Amy, not so much.
What?
We both agreed that Pete Davidson was not great. But I found parts of his bit that were hilarious, that I laughed out loud. She did not.
Wow.
There were 3 comics that opened for him, and they were all great. Like it was one of those things where the opening band might have been better than the band.
Yeah.
He definitely looked like he was like, I mean, you can picture Pete Davidson, you can picture his sort of flat affect, and he just came out and was like himself.
Yeah.
And he didn't really have any, he told some funny jokes. Like we had a great time because it was a night out, we made a big night out, went and got dinner beforehand, and we had a great time. But I'm not saying like, hey, you should, try to catch him next time he's on tour. I've also been listening to the Smartless podcast. Their episode with Santa Claus on Christmas Eve is to die for.
Yeah.
It's really good. Amy and I watched a movie called About Fate, which I think was on Netflix. It was the most predictable rom-com you've ever seen in your life.
Wow.
But we thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I recommend it if you're looking for like some cotton candy.
Yeah.
About Fate. And we also watched the original Footloose.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's this LeBron thing?
Oh, I'm still reading that book. Amy gave me LeBron for Christmas.
Okay.
And you know how I love to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's about sports.
Right. Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I watched the entire series of All the Light We Can't See.
Oh.
On Netflix. It's 8. It's a limited series. And the reason I watched it is because it's advertised as this Hugh Lowry and Mark Ruffalo series.
Okay.
And that there was all this Globe award talk. It's not. First off, Hugh Lowry and Mark Ruffalo are barely in it. They're just like afterthoughts to the kid main characters. And it's not very good. But I did get to the point where I kind of just want to see what happens.
Yeah.
It's a World War II semi-love story in France thing. Anyway, whatever. Don't waste your time. Jack Reacher's great. It ends this week. Season 2 ends this week, I think. Would you know, there I was in the middle of reading Murtagh by Christopher Paolini.
Minding your own business.
Minding my own business. And the library was like, hey, time to give it back. And I was like, but I have 40% of the book left. They're like, tough.
Wait, are you on Libby?
Yeah.
And they took it right back.
They reached the end. I had to go. I put it on hold because there's a wait list for it. So I'm on the bottom list of the hold.
Yeah. Amy reads a lot of books from Libby, and she has had books she was in the middle of, and all of a sudden,
if there's a wait list, if there's not, I think they do give you the option to just renew.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. And then I watched Onimusha, which was Onimusha, or however you say it, which was a half-decent samurai animated series. That's what I'm up to. Nothing really crazy. But next week, American Fiction. Jeffrey Wright is one of the best, and I'm excited.
I can't wait. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first time, it is in my memory, this is the first time I've seen him in a leading role?
Yes, he's usually a supportive character.
He's usually, and he's always one of my favorite parts of whatever movie he's in.
Yeah, he makes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be great. So look, if you want to be a part of the show, and you saw any of these movies, want to tell us what you think, shoot us an email, podcast@penncinema.com. That's the number one way to get in touch with us. But if you want to support the show, Penn, what's the number one way to support the show?
Well, I'm just going to be completely candid this week.
Oh.
I'm going to be completely transparent and just tell you what we need.
You're on Candid Camera.
Ta-da! What we need is, we get lots of movie reviews. People come in and watch a movie.
Yeah.
And then they go home and they write the little review.
Like, guys, my opinion's important.
Right. But you know what we don't get a lot of?
What's that? People
who review movies they haven't seen.
That's us. Yeah. that's us in the first 10 episodes of the show.
But it's just the two of us.
Yeah.
I mean, why does it have to be just us?
Yeah.
Why can't somebody write into the show?
Yeah.
And tell us their review? It would be really fun to write in a review of a movie you didn't see.
But here's the challenge. We want you to write in a review of a movie that you haven't seen, but see if you can convince us that you've seen it. Now, there's a key there. You don't want to go too over the top.
Right.
You don't want to be too knowledgeable about it.
That's a great.
Don't wiki it.
Right.
You can't cheat.
Right.
You can't wiki it and be like, this is what the movie's about.
Right.
See if you can convince us, and then send us a second email immediately afterwards, and in the subject line put, what should they say? The truth.
Answer.
The answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we won't open that until after we've guessed. Yeah.
Or you could do like me and work in a movie theater, so you just watch the first 5 minutes and then come back an hour later and watch the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a fun exercise.
But if you're not into writing fake movie reviews for movies that you haven't seen, and actually I will accept a movie review from a movie that you have seen. I mean, if you need to get that off your chest.
Well, that's the thing. We're gonna have some real ones in there to mix it up.
But if you're not into movie reviews, period, just tell a friend how much you enjoy the Penn Cinema podcast, and that would really help the show.
And if you don't have a friend, that's a lie, because you got us.
You got us. Just tell us.
Yeah.
We'll tell our friends.
All right. Well, once again, for the Penn Cinema podcast, I'm David Walton.
And I'm Penn Ketchum. Take care and party on.
Thanks for joining us this episode. Our hosts would love to hear from you. To contact the show with your thoughts and reviews, email podcast@penncinema.com. This podcast is a production of Penn Cinema. Escape to the movies at Penn Cinema, featuring crisp digital projection, killer sound, reserved seating, and premium power recliners. With locations in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Wilmington, Delaware, and Huntington Valley, Pennsylvania. Showtimes and tickets available at www.penncinema.com.